congrats, you guys. Your upcoming album, Eternal Youth, is going to be here a month from yesterday.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Thank you.
So when did you guys put the final touches on this?
I guess it was around maybe November of last year that we finished the recording, and I think it was February that we finished the mixing.
Has it been hard to sit on it for that long? Have you wanted to go back and change anything, or do we love it?
I think it's good to have a little bit of a grace period after you do it to get the artwork together, make sure that the lyrics are spelled correctly.
Yes.
I'm glad that we didn't rush it out. We waited 18 years. We can wait another few months, I think.
That's very true. So while we are here on the story of 18 years, who is she?
I have no clue.
Just
Same.
model.
You
She's
never
just a
met this
model.
girl?
No.
She came to a show before. We definitely met her, but she was cast for that. But if you open that up, there's a gentleman on the inside cover. And that is a gentleman named Jameson who sang in a band called Jameson Parker.
Okay, so we know him better than we know her.
That's correct.
And you guys also know Andy Milonakis because he was a cameo in one of your music videos. Do we still talk to him?
Dear friend.
Yes, I figured.
Close dear friend. Andy Milonakis.
So how's it been touring with this album? You know, it's your first album in 18 years. You're out playing these songs that you said you've had to sit with for a while. How's it feeling?
Tom, you want to hit this?
It's feeling good.
Good.
It's exciting to play new things. That
Yeah.
aren't the same songs over and over and over and over again.
Yeah. And I know it might seem obvious, Eternal Youth being the album's name and it's a song on it, but was there a deeper meaning as to why you chose that?
Yeah, well, we had a song in the batch called Eternal Youth, and then it was Schmutz that flagged that as a good potential album title, and it pretty much stuck from that point on. I think a big part of the motivation and the philosophy between making the music was to make music that felt timeless and ageless, but without feeling immature.
Yeah.
You know, we wanted to harness that energy and the excitement that we had when we first started this band and the motivation that we had to make this music. So we listened to a lot of the records that we did when we first met each other and got us excited about being in this band, which helped kind of fuel a little bit of nostalgia, but without having to revert back or rest on the laurels of the sound of the first three records.
Yeah, because I was, oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, I think that's one of the coolest parts about when we started working through this process. We just created like this collaborative Spotify playlist, and we were all just dumping music in there that we were inspired by back in the day. And I think being able to, you know, recapture our love of other music, and get each other stoked on that was really exciting for me to go through this process.
That's really cool. What were some of the songs on the playlist?
Oh, we had like, there was tons of like Get Up Kids and Face to Face and Lifetime, these bands that were in like our CD books when Gala was giving me a ride to practice and things like that. But also like Oasis, Supersonic, you know, like, and Nirvana, Stay Away, like records that were like important rock records to us back when our younger years.
Yeah. And I know you've said before, like you were a little apprehensive to come back and do another album because we all know some bands have done it. It's not been great. And somebody said, you know, try not to be so insecure. So what helped you get out of your head with it?
It was really just that sentence, you know, me being
Isn't it funny?
apprehensive. Yeah, it was just like total reverse psychology. That guy just knew how to like flip it on me. Our manager, Tim, that is that guy. But he, you know, our very first conversation together, I said, you know, I don't really have an interest in making a new full length because I, to be honest, don't think that people will care as much as I want them to care about it. And he just said, yeah, I think that's insecurity. And I said that you're probably right, you know, and I do think that I'm secure, that I'm an adequate songwriter and I have something to offer the world of music. So he put it simply that people have a better chance of listening to the music if it's in a full length. And
I agree.
Yeah, I agree too. And that really is what made me up for the challenge.
Well, and I think now too, we are back in the era of vinyl. I have, you know, this one, and we love just throwing it on. Like that's a Saturday morning for us is listening to an album from top to bottom. Why did you guys choose Sense of Humor and Circulate to be the first two to speak for the album?
Well, I think that Sense of Humor is a nice sort of middle ground between the sound that we've continued on with this record and where we've come from.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a good touchstone and a familiarity for the fans to identify it as starting line music without any sort of drastic shift, which there isn't much of on the new record, but there is continuation. It's not just us reverting back to try to sound like we did on those 3 records. We try to take it from the 3rd record and picture where we went from there and continue down that road. And I just think that like maybe Sense of Humor is the first stop on that. And it was also written early in the process, so
Yeah.
in that sense.
Well, and you're right. When I first listened to it, it didn't sound so jarring, like, who is this? It just sounded like the starting line with a mortgage. We're grown men now.
We're gonna use that.
There you go.
We're gonna use that quote.
What is your favorite song of it, each of you?
I really like I See How It Is, which is the opening track on the album.
Okay.
It goes really hard.
Is that the reason it kicks it off?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. I
Also
love
his
when
idea.
albums do that. Awesome.
It's also my favorite as well, and it's going to be fun to play. Yeah.
I'll mix it up. I'll say Circulate.
Okay.
For
Great
me,
song.
just hearing that after it was done, it's just so immediate, and I think the journey that it takes the listener on, especially when it gets to the bridge, to me is such a fun payoff and just a little bit different than anything else we've done. That every time we play it, we're playing it live on this tour. It's just such a fun release. So I love that one.
I love the last song on the record, Benchmark. It's kind of a grand finale of the performance on the record, and I think that it's a more innovative structure for our songs. And it's also, the subject matter is about me building a bench. Like when I bought a house, there was like this bench in the backyard that was nice, but it was like dilapidated wood and falling apart. And just a couple years ago, I just took all the wood off of it and just bought new planks for it and drilled holes and used the metal legs, and I rebuilt the bench and kind of as a gift for my wife. And then we like stamped our names on the back of it. And then there's only a few love songs on the record, but I wanted to try to write a love song that wasn't a typical, stereotypical love song. And I think that more about just the gesture and the analogy of building something out of scratch for someone that you love is a lovely thing. I'm glad that I captured it on that one.
It is a lovely thing to do, especially when Amazon exists.
Right?
You don't really hear that much anymore.
I did get the planks on Amazon though,
Okay.
so I don't know if
okay.
that takes away a little bit.
Was there any disagreements you guys had on sound or what belonged or what didn't?
Not as much as you would think.
No,
Okay.
I don't think so. We did over communicate in the beginning, and I know Ken really wanted to work with Will Yip, who we worked with in the past, and had a very thorough vision of what he wanted that we all signed up for. We were all overwhelmingly supportive. So it wasn't a disagreement by any means, but it was the first time I think we walked into making a record with a very solid vision of what we wanted to end up leaving with.
Got it. Yeah. I have to ask, she just got engaged. When you guys found out you were name dropped on Taylor Swift's songs, walk me through this day like we're in a courtroom. How'd you find out? What was the reaction?
The night before, our manager sent us a group text being like, "Hey, I think Taylor Swift name dropped you guys on a new song," and we're like, "Okay, that seems totally insane." And I don't think any of us knew that it was the band called out explicitly by name. We thought it'd be a subtle reference. So when it actually came out the next day, it was awesome. I mean, it's flattering, and it's really cool that she captured a moment in her life that references our band. So we were totally flattered and honored by it.
Well, and I'm a Taylor Swift fan, as many are, but when I heard that, I was like, they're a part of my childhood. That is a lyric that stuck out to me. And I know probably a lot of people say this to you guys, but you really were my first MySpace song. I remember the picture. I remember setting up the profile. I remember my mouth was closed because I had braces. You guys were a piece of our youth.
Yeah, we're flattered. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thanks.
So now that you are a month out, is there anything that you've come up with on tour that you're like, oh, we wish we could add this, or is there going to be room for more along the way?
There's not anything that I wish we added because it does feel, I think, satisfyingly complete to
That's
me,
good.
this record. Yeah, it feels like it has a beginning, middle, and end, and and doesn't overstay its welcome. I think it's a really good serving size as far as an album goes. And then, but to answer your question, we have continued the writing process ever since we've stopped. Like, I feel kind of in the zone with writing this music right now, so I just keep the guitar around and have like 3 or 4 ideas that are
Okay.
cooking right now.
Now, what's the difference of you guys touring now versus 20 years ago? Like, are we in bed by like the second you guys get off and just chilling as opposed to partying all night?
It seems like, I mean, a lot of us are married and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I mean, we weren't absolutely party animals before. At least me and this guy are kind of back lounge crew.
Okay.
And then these two were the goer outers. But I mean, the flame still seems to be burning these days. Very little has changed.
Yeah, we were just talking about how we were morning people a week ago or 2 weeks ago, and now that was erased in a day.
Yeah, we're degenerates now.
When you were coming up with this album and you were listening on some of your past work, is there any lyrics you heard, from 20 years ago that you were like, God, I wish we wouldn't have done that?
For sure.
Is there anything that comes to mind?
Yeah. Just check out which songs we don't play in the set list, and that's them. Those are the ones that I don't really want to get behind anymore.
So, in a little bit of a 20-year reflection, we'll do a little this or that quick question game. DCs or Etnies, the sneakers from back in the day?
DC's.
I'm gonna have to go Vans because I work for Vans.
Oh, so true.
Yeah, so there's a bias
And they
there.
are eternal.
There you go.
This guy's going rogue.
Also going Vans in support of Matt Watts.
Okay,
Thanks, Brian.
Yeah, I don't think I would wear either of those.
gotcha.
So now I'm the jerk. Okay, great, guys.
The LG chocolate or the Motorola Razr?
I had both. I think I like the chocolate more, actually.
I
But the
miss
razor
it-
looks better, but the chocolate works better.
It had the little music thing on the front. It did things the other ones didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going Razor. I love that phone.
Yeah, I'm going Razor as well. I feel like you could throw it at anything too. You could get good aim.
It does double as a weapon.
You're going to gash someone with that thing, man. It's a razor.
Classic emo song trope. Leaving this town or being so mad at your dad.
Leaving this town.
Same.
My dad rocks.
Yeah. Spencer's Gifts or Hot Topic?
Spencer's all day. Spencer's smells so good.
I will always say, if you think about the smell of a Spencer's or a Hot Topic, you can smell it in your head. It's rubber, grease, and like patchouli.
Yeah, it's like every incense stick put together.
Yeah.
I'm going Spencer's. The posters in the back were killer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still have my Nirvana Spencer's poster in my bedroom to
I
this
love
day.
that. Well, thank you guys so much. Give it up one more time for the starting line.